Hi, we want to talk today to one of the residents of the Christian Caring Center's shelter. He's going to give you a little bit of information about his background and his life here through the Christian Caring Center. So why don't you go ahead and tell us how you first got involved with Christian Caring Center and anything else that you'd like to share.
I think I can do that. I was incarcerated for quite some time, for a good 12 years, and I got released at the end of the 2012 year, and got out in 2013. Basically, I was isolation. Of course, I came out homeless. I had no financial income other than my family helping me out, but you know, that gets old eventually, you know. I had a few medical problems. I had found my way. I had found that I had lost faith in the Lord, and had given up on that, much to my demise. And one day I was traveling with my sister, who was involved with Catholic Charities pretty heavily. She's employed by them, and she said to me, "I'm going to take you to Drink," which is now Legacy, has changed. And I walked in the Drink that one day I believe it was March of that 2013, and I met the supervisor. She was very polite, and she listened to my story, and she said, "Okay," she says, "do you have housing right now?" I says, "Well, I'm living in a motel." I says, and I'm living off of my sister. I says, and you know, she's paying $90 a day, you know, $2,700 a month. You know, I says, and it's getting old. I don't want to be a bearing on her. You know. So she says, "All right, well, give me a week." So a week had went by, and miraculously one morning my phone rang, and it was her, and she said that, "I think I have a place for you to go." She said it was a Christian Caring Center in Browns Mills. Now, I never even knew Browns Mills existed. I didn't know. I never had been out here in my life. Okay, and hey, when you're rock bottom and you're down and out, you got to do what you got to do. And I did. She took me to the center, and at that time, Madeline wasn't there, of course. She was running her occasional lateness, and I waited, and I sat upstairs, and I saw this amazing influx of people coming in and getting help and finding religion and finding counseling and finding resources and tools. And I still didn't know what I was getting into. I was a little leery. I didn't want to really even come here, you know, because I was waiting on my VA benefits, you know, and things of that nature, my SSD. But anyhow, Madeline approached me. As she finally got there, she approached me. We went in the office, and we had a good half an hour talk, and she changed my life. I mean, she just inspirationally, mentally, and physically changed my life within that half an hour. And she gave me something that I hadn't had in 13 years, and that was hope. Hope that, you know, through the Lord, through commitment, and through the Christian Caring Center, that I could get back on my feet, be productive, have a sense of self-worth. And in the beginning, when she first put me in here, like I said, I was isolated. I was, you know, I was what they call, I was bar ridden. That's what they call when you're from jail, when you're from prison. You're bar ridden. You know, I stayed here for like 3 months. I didn't move. I didn't come out of the house. I just laid in my bed, you know. And one day she stopped over and she says, "What's going on?" She says, "I got a program down here, you know." She says, "I got 13 programs that, you know, we can get you involved in, you know. I said, well, I says, I'm not interested, you know. And she says, well, I'm going to tell you right now. She says, I hate to do this, she says, but I'm going to mandate you to come down there. She says, because something about you shows me that you have potential. So she says, you be down there tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So went down there at 9 o'clock, and I saw the whole thing. I saw the community continental breakfast. I saw the homeless coming in, people that were here. I thought I was at rock bottom. I was in far much better, you know, condition than they were. And I don't know, I went down there for like a week, and then all of a sudden, one day, I just picked up a rag and a thing of bleach, and I started bleaching tables and helping out in the kitchen, and this eventually led on to, you know, other things, other bigger and better things, you know. And I got so involved that she started to give me titles, okay, which to me was a tremendous morale booster, you know. She says, I want to make you my operations director, you know. And I said, okay, I'm willing, you know. So it's a lot of responsibility, but I can handle it, you know. I got a college degree, which I wasted, and now I get a chance to use it, you know, and apply my, you know, my knowledge. Even though a 1974 diploma is not equivalent to a 2017 diploma, college diploma, but I still have the skills, the basics. So, of course, after that, she started to confide in me, and she said to me, I really need someone, you know, that is educationally, you know, educationally sound, that has leadership skills to run my shelter. And that's when she offered me the shelter manager job. I took that with pride. I had a lot of work ahead of me because the previous manager really let things go in here, and it was a wreck when I moved in. And it's still a work in progress, but I'm not going to say every day, but every other day, maybe every 3 days, I get something else accomplished in here, you know. It's baby steps, you know. I take in maybe 5 to 8 people a month in here that I have to scrutinize intensively, you know, because they come in addicted, they come in, you know, they come in mentally challenged, you know, they come in violent, you know, and I have to deal with all this. I have to make split decisions. No, you're terminated, I'm sorry, you know, I can't handle it. And Madeline ardently has my back 100% of the time when I make a decision, which is really, you know, means a lot to me, you know. And then she asked me one day, she said, I want to put you on staff. She says, I want to put you on staff, and I want you to become a member of our board of directors. And it just threw me back, because it was like, you know, 2016, and I only had been here like 3 years, and the leaps and the bounds that I had made got me back into church. As you can see, my missalettes are piled up in the corner. I had this thing, I can't throw them out, so I saved, every year I save 52 missalettes, and I just go back through them and look, you know. I'm back into church now. My relationship with my sister is so much more, it's just so much more comfortable, and the love is unexplainable. Something that we hadn't had in a while, you know. Right now, I still work on myself. I take it day by day, and I always know I have the resource of the Christian Caring Center to go down there, because I have my days, you know what I mean? And you know, Madeline never, ever shuts the door, tells me she will make a trip here for me. She can hear it in my voice when I need to see her. And she will sit here and listen on what's bothering me, talk it out, we'll pray it out, and I have nothing but all the praise and the love in the world for her and her Christian Caring Center program. And right now, we're working on another new shelter here at Kinsley and Lemon, and it's going to be one side's going to be a whole family, okay? And I'm not sure if that's in coalition with the 1x1 or not, because I'm really not involved with the 1x1 board and their situations. But I know the one side's going to be a men's shelter, which would be a great thing, because now we'll be able to house 10 homeless men and give them, like my program here. I run a very rigid program. I have been known to be not well liked because of, like Madeline says, you're my bad cop. I make people go out and get jobs. You just can't sit around here. You have to be proactive if you want to better your life. If you got addiction problems, if you got psychological problems, we got the tools, we got the resources, we got the programs, we got the people that can help you. All you got to do is tell me, yeah, I want to do it, and I get you in it. And we work from there. Right now, to this point, in this year, I've had 5 graduates, just in 10 months. So, I'm talking apartments, coming here, stabilizing, getting employment, getting back to church, getting involved in the programs down at the center, and then moving on with their life, being self-sustainable. That is the main thing here, is self-sustainable. We want you to be able to go out, stand on your own 2 feet, be productive, and know that you have a place and a roof over your head, that you're financially equated for, and that's the bottom line, and like Madeline says, the bottom line all comes through our Lord, and that's another thing. I mandate church here on Sundays. I get a little bit of flack from that, but hey, if not, we're scrubbing the house all day Sunday. If you don't want to go to church, you're on your hands and knees scrubbing floors. I know it seems prehistoric, but that's the way I got to do it. And
well, we really appreciate your giving us your time.
No problem.
To explain and let people know really what the Christian